Hi, I'm John McLemore here with my buddy, Master Chef Tony from Butterball, and we're gonna smoke a turkey. And Tony's got a special method that we're gonna do called spatchcocking. You ready?
Oh, yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So one of the first things we like to do is, and I've found that some individuals forget to take them out. In the neck part, we want to take out the giblet bag.
Okay, giblet or giblet?
Giblet. Depends on what part of the United States you're
Yes,
from.
that's right.
Also from the cavity, we're going to remove the turkey neck. And we put a little towel underneath to help to absorb any of that excess liquid. One of the first things that I like to do is to remove the wings.
Gotta find that knuckle, right?
We got to find that knuckle and just go right around that knuckle. And
okay.
You got it. That's perfect. One of the things that I really like to emphasize when we spatchcock is knife safety. I grab a hold of the thigh and I really take a good grip of it. One of the reasons for doing that is so I don't cut myself.
Okay.
All right. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut right along this backbone.
Okay.
And we're going to remove the backbone and where it comes up to the neck of the turkey. So the first thing I do is I'll just take my knife and we want it down one side and I'm going to take it down and go down the other side too. One of the things you have to be very careful of, right around in here is where that thigh bone hits against in the backbone.
Okay.
We want to make sure we get it low enough and close to the center so we can cut through that. So now what we're going to do is in that first incision that we made, we're just going to cut down.
Continue cutting right down that backbone.
Continue cutting down the backbone. All right?
Both
and
sides?
That's both sides. And then what we're doing, as you will see it now, we've got the backbones out.
Okay.
All right. We're going to turn it so that the legs are facing us.
Okay.
We can remove the tail of the turkey too. What I like to do with all these trimmings that you have left over, John, is I'll take that, I'll use them for, gravy. You can make a soup with it, and because they really got a lot of great flavor.
Okay.
Now, we've got the turkey that's open. Right here is where the breastbone is, and what I like to do, there's a piece of cartilage in there. And John, what we want to do is to take our knife and cut that cartilage. Right there in the center, we just cut that and let that knife just glide along what they call the keel bone. And we're breaking it apart.
So once I cut that, then just break it. Do you cut it on both sides or just one side? Okay.
And then turn it over.
Okay.
And then we just press it down. Take your hands and, like CPR, push it. And it works out. It works out really good. What I've got now is a nice little compact turkey breast. And all of it's about equal in size. Okay. So that really makes it nice when we want to put it into the smoker and smoke it.
I've been asked the question, why are we spatchcocking a turkey?
Well, I like to spatchcock it. It takes a lot less time for it to cook.
Chef Tony, thank you for a great method on preparing our turkey. Whether you're smoking the turkey, roasting it, or grilling it, this is a great method. So now that we're at this point, before we smoke this turkey, tell me about this rub.
The rub, what we're going to do, we've got a combinations of a number of flavors. We have sugar, smoked paprika, because that really adds another flavor to it, and then a little cayenne pepper, a little bit of Cajun seasoning. We also have brown sugar, salt, crushed red pepper. That little bit of heat inside there really gives it a nice flavor, and black pepper.
All right, so we're going to blend all of those together?
We're going to blend them all together, and then we're going to brush it with a little bit of oil, season it both on the inside and on the skin side of the turkey.
Got it. All right, we got a bowl right there. Let's dive into this thing.
We're just going to place all of our ingredients together.
All together. Last one.
Last one. And then we'll just, a nice blend together so that we've got everything totally mixed.
So that makes for just a nice, good rub.
Yes,
okay.
And it really imparts some really great flavors to it too. Just make sure you got all those little lumps of sugar. And then first thing I'm going to do is I like to flip it over first.
Okay.
And then we're going to take and we're going to brush the inside with a little bit of the oil.
And why are we putting the oil on there?
Well, the oil, because it helps the seasonings adhere to the meat. Oil is a great way of transferring flavors. Yeah. So it's just going to pick that up and it will transfer the flavors over the top of the meat. So then we're going to take our seasoning and we just liberally spread it on the inside.
We're going to do the oil and the seasoning on both sides?
Both sides, yes. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll then turn it over. Okay.
You are a master chef.
Yes, sir.
How many master chefs are there in the United States?
There's only 70 of us in the United States. The program has been in existence since 1981. And it's a grueling test. The test that I took was 10 days. It's both theoretical and practical.
Wow.
We started at 6 a.m. and we finished at 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, when I see all these little programs on TV and they're talking about MasterChef, it's a little bit different.
So it's like an elite fraternity, basically.
Yes, and really a great bunch of individuals.
So I got to tell you, it's an honor for me to cook with this man because he has an amazing technique like this, but so much knowledge in these spices. I'm looking forward to this one going on to the smoker.
Let's
You
go.
ready? All right, so we're going to transfer that, Chef, right onto our smoker. Now, question. This fits really nice on this particular rack, but what if we had a smaller smoker or a larger turkey? Can we cut this in half?
That would work out really well.
Okay.
What we would then do is, when we were on the reverse side, you saw that breastbone that was in there. We would remove that breastbone and just cut it completely in half.
Yep.
And then you have half of that and it'll fit nicely onto the racks.
Smells good. It's going to smell any better when we get through smoking.
Let's go smoke.
Ready?
Okay.
So, Tony, this turkey is ready to go on. We're smoking it on Masterbuilt's propane thermal temp XL smoker. So if you will hold that pan,
I sure can.
we're gonna put this on. Now we've got a whole turkey going on up top. Remember to put your raw food that you're cooking below any other foods. So we're gonna smoke this, we're gonna add some applewood chips, and we're gonna set the temperature at 275. So we're smoking this Spatchcocked turkey. You said when we were preparing it, it cooks a little faster. So what do you cook it at?
About 12 minutes a pound.
Okay.
We've got approximately a 10-pound turkey in there.
Okay.
It'll take around, 2 hours.
Okay.
And then we'll check the temperatures, both in the thigh and then in the breast.
The spices smell amazing. The smoke is starting to smell amazing. That turkey is going to be amazing.
Wonderful.
Tony, our turkey looks amazing.
Outstanding.
So we have smoked it. What was so great is the amount of time it cut down. We actually smoked this for, 12 minutes per pound?
12 minutes per pound, yes.
So this looks great. Now, you're gonna temp this, and what's most important when we are looking for the internal temp?
Okay, one of the things that I like, to do is in the thickest part of the breast, which is right above, which we call the shoulder, or right above the wing, I want to make sure in that area it's 165 to 170 degrees.
Okay.
Then once we get there, in the thickest part of the thigh, I want to make sure at that point we're around 180 degrees. And that makes sure, I know we've got two differences in temperature.
Right.
But when I bring that up to 180 degrees in the thigh, it helps to make it more tender.
Okay.
All right? As opposed to 165, 170. And once I maintain those temperatures in the breast, it's going to be nice and moist. This will be tender and moist.
So, Chef Tony, I love this method of spatchcocking. So thank you for sharing this with us and everybody watching. If you want more information for a smoked spatchcocked turkey or other recipes from Chef Tony or myself, check us out at masterbuilt.com.